This is kind of off topic of what I normally do on this channel, but I felt like doing a video discussing the 6 mass extinctions just because why not? Now, some of you may be thinking like there's only 5 mass extinctions, or you might not even know what a mass extinction is, or there was only 1 mass extinction. It was the dinosaurs 65 million years ago, but I did a lot of research, and all websites are basically saying that there's 6. Well, they're saying that there are 5, but at the very end it says that there's 6. I don't really know. But anyway, so might as well just hop to it. Don't want to make this video this long. Most of my videos are pretty long, but I don't want to make this video this long. Now I'm just rambling, aren't I? Anyway, moving on. So the first mass extinction was called the end... How do you even say that? Ordovician. Ordovician. I think it's ordovician. If I'm wrong, then please correct me in the description, but like say it like don't put the letter C if it makes this sound, just put an S so that I know how to say it. Anyway. And ordovician. And it took place in the permain era, okay, and it came after the time period called the Cambrian. That long ago, really? And then it was followed by the Silurian. Oh, now I get it. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so back then there weren't that many species of life. There was like bacteria and I don't know, maybe some other single cell life, or maybe there was more stuff. Can't really know for sure now, can we? So we don't really know exactly what happened here, but it was probably like an ice age or something, and it killed off about 86% of the species that were on Earth at the time. I mean, like, yeah, I'm staring at a computer screen. You have a problem with that? At least I've got sources. Don't ask me, like, where's your source, blah, 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 put the link in the description. That's too much work. I don't have time for putting links in the description. Just look up on the internet. The second mass extinction was called the late Devonian, I think, and it lost a little bit less, about 75% of the species that were on Earth. The Devonian came in between the Silurian, it came after the Silurian, and before the the carboneferous, I think. Yeah, that had like giant insects and stuff. So anyway, so now there were these animals called the trilobites, and they managed to survive the end Ordovician, but they almost got wiped out in the late Devonian because, well, one theory is that because the plants, like land plants, went from being like the maximum height was about 30 centimeters tall at the beginning of Devonian, and then they grew to 30 meters tall at near the end of the Devonian, so it like covered the entire land in plants, and like their roots went like stirred up in the earth, and it ended up like causing like all the oxygen to be sucked out of the water, and that pretty much suffocated a lot of animals like the trilobites and stuff like that. So, yeah, just pretty much the mass extinctions are not a good place to be in, technically. Well, let's just go with that. The third mass extinction was apparently the worst of the 6 mass extinctions. It's called the end Permian. I should have, like, the Permian wasn't that long ago. Once I say the word Permian, then you should about know where we are in the timeline. It came after the carboneferous, the one with the giant insects, and then it came... Did I just say that it came before the Carboniferous era? It came after the Carboniferous era, and then it came before the Triassic era. And if you don't know what the Triassic is, then you don't know your dinosaurs. It was the end of the Paleozoic era, which wrapped up the like ordovician, devonian, all that stuff. And it's called the Great Dying basically because it lost the most amount of species at 96%. It almost ended life on Earth. It appears that like God is like wanting to destroy this planet, so he's like throwing a whole bunch of mass extinctions on it, but like somehow the Earth just keeps on healing itself. Give up, buddy. Earth's immortal. You tried 6 times. And what happened was that, most likely what happened was that there was this giant storm, and like there was an eruption near this place called Siberia, and it blasted CO2 into the atmosphere, and then bacteria shot out this greenhouse gas or something, and global temperatures were all over the place, and oceans acidified, I think is how you pronounce that word. And yeah, so it was all sunshine and rainbows and leprechauns and unicorns, you know. Okay, moving. The 4th mass extinction was called the End Triassic, and it lost 80% of the species. It came after the Permian era and before the Jurassic era. We're in the Mezezoic era now. And yeah, for some reason no one actually has a good idea as to why the animals went extinct for this one. The 5th mass extinction is probably the most popular one, which is called the End Cretaceous, which came after the Jurassic and before the Cenozoic era, so you should know that. It was when the dinosaurs, it lost 76% of the species on Earth. The most likely cause is that a meteorite smashed into the Earth around Mexico and blasted a whole bunch of dust into the atmosphere, clouded out the sun, and that prevented the plants from being able to live, so they died, and that killed off the herbivores, and that killed off the carnivores, and mammals managed to survive by going deep underground and stuff like that. But pretty much, I know a lot about this one because I was a huge dinosaur freak as a kid, so like, I was like studying like everything that I could about dinosaurs. So, yeah. Finally, we go to the 6th mass extinction, which is right now. Like, literally right now, we're in a mass extinction, and you might be wondering, but there's no storm outside, there's no giant meteorite that just smashed into Mexico or anything like that. But there is us, because ever since we got onto the Earth, the amount of species on Earth, like, went down a lot. Like, a lot of the animals that are extinct are because of us, and about 9 out of 10 forest fires are from us being careless. So, basically, I don't know, God sent the humans to destroy the planet now. I don't know why he's so obsessed and wanting to kill this planet. But, yeah. When you look around, you might be like, the Earth is fine, but it's not. Like, a lot of stuff is dying because of us. So, yeah, probably by the time that this mass extinction is over, we'll all be dead. But, I don't know, maybe our descendants will someday find your laptop or something, or find YouTube or something, and find this video. I don't know. Who knows what mass extinction they might be on? They might be like on the 76th. I don't know. I'm starting to think that this Earth can pretty much survive anything right now. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. You can dislike it if you want, but please like it if you did enjoy it, and comment down below on what you thought of it. I did my best. And subscribe to this channel, but this is really unrelated to the stuff that I normally do. I normally do like reviews on stuff and just some skits. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Bye. And, by the way, I was just about to edit and upload this video when I realized that I should probably mention some other thing, which is called a mega mass extinction, which is pretty much gonna, like, I guess my definition of mass extinction is like when more than 50% of the species on the planet go extinct. But like a mega mass extinction would be like when an entire planet goes extinct. And we're most likely gonna have like, we're probably gonna have like, I don't know, 5 more mass extinctions in the next 5 billion years. Probably more than that. Who knows? There might be like 176 for all I know. But I'm most likely going to be dead in 5 billion years. You are most likely going to be dead too. There is a possibility that we could discover immortality or something to extend our lifespans. But in 5 billion years, either the human race is going to be dead, it's going to be extinct, or, since we know that this is happening, we can predict that this will happen, within 5 billion years, if we're not dead, then most likely we will have discovered how to make technology that can get us off this planet and go to some other solar system. So, in 5 billion years, you probably heard of this too, that the sun is going to die. The sun has approximately a 10 billion year lifespan, and it's already lived for 5 billion years, so we're halfway through. And then after another 5 billion years, the sun is going to start dying and kind of expand, going at like, the sun is going to start expanding, and Mercury and Venus are pretty much totes. The sun's just going to completely swallow up Mercury. The Mercury is just going to burn into the sun. Venus is too. Earth we're not so sure about. It might get swallowed up. Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are definitely fine. The sun won't expand that far enough to swallow them too. Earth we're kind of on the bridge about. It might get swallowed up, or it might be as safe as Mars. But the sun is going to get so close to the Earth that it's pretty much going to become Venus. So pretty much if we do stick on this planet, if we say, we're fine, blah, 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 then we're going to die from heat. And have you watched that Twilight Zone episode, The Midnight Sun, where the Earth falls out of orbit and starts falling towards the sun, and then throughout the episode people are getting hotter and hotter? Then we have that big tragic scene at the end where like the paintings are like melting, and like the last woman on Earth or something is like screaming and sweating. I doubt that the Earth was even as close to the sun as Venus was at that point. So yeah, we're pretty much going to be dead by the time the sun expands far enough. So we're pretty much going to be dead by the time the sun has stopped expanding, whether the Earth gets swallowed up or not. And yeah, the oceans are definitely going to dry up. The oceans are done. They're going to do more than just evaporate. They're just going to be done. They're not going to appear again. The water cycle will be finished. Then most likely the planets are probably going to go from boiling to freezing once the sun is completely gone. And yeah, the sun is most likely going to become a black hole, and if the Earth is still around by the time that happens, it's going to get sucked into the black hole and to a zero-dimensional universe. Technically, black holes are technically zero-dimensional universes. There's just no space and no time. And yeah, in other words, the Earth is going to be dead. Okay, so yeah. So, I hope that you feel all nice and happy now that you have this information of the wonderful past and the wonderful future. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, comment. I already said that. Okay, bye.